place for a swim down there. That's the cool grey waste of the North Sea, but it's a lovely patch of sea. Block 2010 on the map of what is now known to be one of the world's major oil-producing areas. There's oil beneath them there ways, and it's Sequest's job to find it. And the search goes on between 1 and 2 miles beneath this derrick. That's the noise the rig lives with 24 hours a day. Driller Nick Waddington is applying up to 25,000 pounds weight to the drill to force it through the seabed. The drilling shaft, or drill string as it's known, is added in 30-foot lengths. The working drill string is withdrawn and clamped, so the whole 10,000 feet length isn't lost. 2 great spanners called tongs grapple the shaft. A couple of burly roughnecks unscrew the string from the kelly, the heavy tackle from which the shaft is suspended all the way down to the well. That slurry is the drilling mud. It runs through the hollow string, lubricating the drilling operation and flushing away drilling debris. Now the kelly is screwed onto the next section of drill string. And the joint heaved tight. The new section is hoisted from its steel quiver and swung across to the stump of drill string sticking out of the deck and to which it's going to be attached. And then it's a matter of making it fast, ready to start drilling again. A new length of drill string is added about every 30 minutes. 70 feet an hour is a good average drilling rate. But if the bit hits granite, well, that can come down to an agonizing 2 foot an hour. And now, with the drill string 30 foot longer, it's lowered back into the well and the quest for oil goes on. With the wellhead 400 feet beneath the sea, it's vital to keep the rig precisely on station. There are 3 of these cables on huge drums on each of the 3 legs of the rig. They're the anchor cables, so that makes 9 anchors, and each of them weighs between 13 and 14 tons. The marine officer has to keep them exactly trimmed so that the rig floats exactly over the drilling spot. Sequest is kept on an even keel from this control room. At the foot of each of the 3 giant caissons are 8 ballast tanks, and by switching valves, the rig skipper can fill and empty the tanks to adjust the height of the rig in the water and keep the vessel balanced. Instruments show the state of each tank, but the rig's attitude is checked by ordinary spirit levels. Bill Howe, you're in charge of the barge or rig and also in charge of drilling. What are the special problems of offshore drilling in the North Sea?
Well, I think the major problem in the North Sea for offshore drilling is the weather element, especially in the winter time, which reduces our operational work considerably.
By about how much in the winter?
Well, at approximation, I should say roughly 40%.
Time lost because of bad weather?
Yes.
What sort of weather can this rig withstand? What sort of winds, for example?
Oh, well, winds, the winds that we have recorded out here in the North Sea are something in the region of gusts of up to over 100 miles an hour.
And the barge withstands it?
Yes.
And the men have to withstand it too. Sequest has a crew of about 60. Skilled men earn up to £4,000 a year, and they earn it. In all weathers and at all hours, they keep the operation going. And that's no small responsibility, because Sequest alone costs £12,000 a day to run. The investment's paying off. It was Sequest that discovered the Great Forties field 110 miles east of Aberdeen. And this was the find that confirmed the North Sea as one of the world's major oil-producing areas. Within 4 years, the Forties field will be supplying a fifth of our present oil needs. For the men, oil exploration is a hard, dirty job. But on a rig that costs £3.5 million to build and another £500,000 to adapt for North Sea work, it's perhaps inevitable that it's the drilling tackle that attains a glamour all of its own.
Right at the end of that drill string that we've seen being assembled and driven down through the seabed and beneath the Earth's crust is this rock bit here, 200 pounds worth of hardware, 3 cones with great teeth on them which chew through the hard rock underneath the sea. And then that can go in the initial stages of sinking the well on the end here, on the end of this hole opener as it's called, which is another 3 great cones here, which again chew through the softer material above the smaller rock bit.
So, what's it like to be on board when a rig strikes oil?
Richard Campbell, as geologist aboard Seaquest, presumably you're the first man to know that the well's approaching oil.
Yes, that's true.
Well, what indications would you have that the drill is getting down towards oil?
I think the first indication would be the presence of gas in the mud, and this would be logged by the chromatographs that we have on board.
That will be shown on instruments?
That would indeed be shown on instruments and recorded on a roll of paper.
What indications do you get? I mean, I see you're continually studying the slurry that comes up. Does that give you any indication?
Yes, well, we test the cuttings that come up for any fluorescence that might be in the cuttings using a fluoroscope. And when we get a sort of dull yellow fluorescence that one would get with the crude oil, we have then an indication that there's oil in the formation.
Yeah. So you're getting mighty excited?
Well, I suppose you get a little bit excited, yeah.
Have you ever been on a well when oil has been discovered?
I think on about 3 occasions I've been on a well.
What were your reactions?
I think the first time, which was the very first well I was on for BP, which was an oil well, I felt quite excited. I think the other times it becomes just part of the job, and you've got a lot to get on with, and you just go ahead and prepare for the next phase of the operation.
And the next phase of the operation is to sink another well.